Hey guys, Ben Johnson here with 612 Media Co. I'm so excited to be sharing this video with you guys today and launching my YouTube page today. I really want to go over kind of the origin story of why I built this business and kind of how I built the business, and just go into kind of the future ideas for this page and the content that I'll be sharing on it. So let's get into it. The origin story. So I got into marketing and media kind of my junior year of college. I went to a small university in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I started out actually as a business administrative student and didn't really like it too much just because I wasn't sure on what I wanted to do with it. So my advisor one day was like, well, maybe you could try marketing, see if you like it, and go from there. So I tried one marketing class and I fell in love with it right away. I just felt like marketing was the perfect place for me to be, and I loved the creativity and I loved just all the things that marketing had to offer. Never looked back. I felt like marketing was a great place for me just because growing up I struggled a lot with ADHD. Homework and tests and all of that just wasn't for me, and so I felt like marketing was a great place for me in terms of creativity and being able to use that for a job and be able to work with other team members and collaborate and kind of get to use those creative juices. So I felt like marketing was the best place for me to be. My first position out of college, I was a social media manager for a small company, and they basically, wanted me to go in there and build out their social media platforms. And so that's what I did. I shot all the content, did photo, video, and then I, pushed it out on all their platforms. It was a great experience for, someone just coming out of college. I really wanted to grow my knowledge in marketing and try to find maybe a bigger place where I could learn some of the back-end marketing things. So I found another place and was running their social media as well, and then learning kind of the ad campaign, the SEO, the website development, and building those things out. So it was a really great place for me to kind of grow my knowledge in the world of marketing, and then also kind of hone on the skills that I was already doing at my previous place with the social media management. And alongside that, I was actually doing their real estate photography as well, and that was something that I wanted to get into, but I wasn't really sure on where to start or where to go, just because I wasn't really working with any real estate agents at the time. And I'll create a video on my first experience with real estate photography, because I think everyone should have that story, because for me it was not a great experience just because I didn't have the right equipment, didn't really know all the tools and things that I needed to be good at real estate photography. And growing up I always loved cameras, and I took a lot of photos, and I felt like, oh yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. And I learned very quickly that I needed a lot more experience in this field to be good at it. That video would become later, but anyways, I was doing that for a while, and then unfortunately I was laid off. And this put me in a tough position on what I wanted to do next. And at the time I'd been thinking about maybe starting my own photography business and doing real estate photos, and then maybe some social media stuff on the side as well. Started the process to build my business, and I called my friend one day and I was like, well, I just got let go. What should I do? Should I build a business, or should I go find another job? And he's like, well, build a business. You're young, like you have the talent, you have the creativity for it, like just see where it goes. And so that's what I did. For a few months I just kind of built the framework of my business, just doing all the legal things, building out the website, building out social media and kind of the marketing for the business, and really just building that framework for the business. And the next step, which was probably the most important step, is landing the first client. And for a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners, that's probably the hardest step for a lot of people, is where do you find that first client and where do you go? I messaged a bunch of realtors and in brokerages, and I said, hey, I'd love to do your real estate photography. And I obviously got a lot of no's and just no responses, but I just kept pushing along, and finally I connected with my first realtor, and I was like, hey, I'd love to take your photos for your property. He said, yeah, sure. I did it, and I was super nervous, but it went amazing. And from there on I was able to kind of build my portfolio work for real estate. just because I hadn't done too many beforehand. And, like I mentioned before, it wasn't a great first start. And, I didn't really want to put that on my portfolio, for work that I've done, because it wasn't my best work. And, from there on, I was able to, get some more real estate shoots. I really wanted to focus my business on doing real estate, social media, and brand marketing. Brand marketing, I was fortunate enough to actually work with a small company when I was in college doing their social media marketing and kind of helping them create the content calendar, brainstorm new ideas, and take the photos and videos for their brand. That was a really good experience, and that's kind of why I wanted to focus on brand marketing, because I had some experience in it. And I also chose social media marketing because I'd worked with a couple of companies just building their social media platforms. And so I felt like I had a pretty good idea on kind of how to build them, and how to create the content, and how to organize everything so that clients would be able to have social media content, or if they just needed someone to go to as like consulting and say, hey, how do we build our social media? What should we do? What are the steps? I was comfortable enough where I had enough knowledge that I could help other people grow their social media. That's kind of what I wanted to focus on with my business. And kind of where I started, started in college with just an idea, and those first 2 jobs I learned so much of just different parts of marketing and photography and video, and I got to do video stuff just like this and set up and do interviews, and just a bunch of really cool opportunities that I think helped pave the way for my business. All those different experiences helped me to get to where I'm at today. So, going forward, I'm so excited to be, doing what I'm doing, and I absolutely love taking photos. I love doing video. I love doing social media. I'm super crazy about it. And I'm just excited to be sharing this video with you today so that you guys can understand, my passion, my vision behind my business, because I think that's important. I think people need to know why I do the things that I do, and why I built this business. Me personally, I love listening to entrepreneurs talk about their business and their vision behind it. I wanted to do the same thing. Going forward, I'm excited to share more content with you guys, photography, video, all the different types of tips, real estate questions, or anything about real estate photography, how to land clients, how to build your portfolio with social media marketing and brand marketing. Be here as a resource for other people to learn from, because that's what I did when I was researching how to do different things, as I learned from other people. Like I said, thank you for tuning in today. I'm so excited to be sharing this journey with you and to officially launch my YouTube page today. I look forward to sharing more content, the adventure ahead. So if you haven't already, click the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next video. Thanks.